Okay, so now let's talk about her lashes. So I have her eyes in a place that we like. As you can see, I have embroidered one lash or this eye's lashes on already, and so I'm going to show you how I do lashes. Again, I do not have my eye backs on yet. I am going to use a yarn needle, and I do have some Karen Simply Soft yarn here that I just cut a little strand or a strand to use. And so we are going to go ahead and thread that yarn into the yarn needle. And then one of the things I do like to do, I do kind of lay the yarn down just a little bit over the eye, just so I can get an idea of where I would actually like for the lashes to kind of lay. And so I would lay that down, and looks like I kind of want her lash to come up like maybe, let's see, on this one they're coming up right about there. So I'll see if I can't get her lash to come up right about there as well. So we'll have it come down. As you can see here, it's coming down to about that stitch, and then they're covering about 2 stitches here. So what I'm gonna do, like I said, I have the Karen Simply Soft yarn. I have my yarn needle. I am going to insert my yarn needle to where I want my lashes to come up at. So again, I want them to come up about right here, and then they're gonna come down, because if we're using that same row, they're coming down on this row. So I'm gonna insert it for it to come out here. We're gonna pull that up, and we're gonna leave just a little bit of a tail. Leave a little bit of a tail, and I could have done this a little further out. Let me see here. Maybe come out to like right here, because this one comes out just a little bit further. So let me see if I can get in. Yeah, so maybe have it come out. Yes, now that looks about the same. And again, like I said, leave a little bit of a tail, not a long tail, but a little bit of a tail. And then now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to flip her upside down just a little so that I can do her actual lash portion. But what we want to do is take the yarn needle, and we're gonna go right back into the stitch that we started with, but we're gonna come up where we want that lash to come out at. And so like I said, her lash is covering about 2 rows. So I'm gonna have this come out right here. And when I pull that through, as you can see, this part is laying down. And then now I'm ready to create the actual lash portion. And so I'm gonna now again insert my yarn needle right back into that first stitch that I made. And again, we have to decide, where do I want this to come out at? And so I think I'm gonna have it come out like right about here, again covering about 2 rows, and we're just gonna pull that through. That first lash is now going to be laid, and now and as you can see, when I go back down, her second lash will be laid, and now again right back into the first stitch that we made. And then I'm just gonna come up right on the other side. And so when I pull that through, that's going to create that lash. And now when I come back down, this lash will be created as well, and then she will have her lashes. And so again, I am going to insert my yarn needle right back into the first stitch that I made. Now because this is technically the last stitch, I can actually just pull this out right through her head, and I can tie this off and then leave the ends right inside her head, because she is not going to be getting, you know, this needs to be closed up. And so I don't have to worry about it coming out or anything like that, because I am going to close that completely up. So I will just tie a little knot in there though, just to make sure that it doesn't come loose. And so I'll double knot this, and then I will cut off the excess, and then that's it. We'll just tuck that in there, and that'll just kind of be part of the stuffing inside her head as well. So I'll just cut that and stuff it in there. But as you can see, she now has her embroidered lashes, and they do cover up. Like I said, I like how it covers up the white felt there. Well, and that was one of the reasons why I cut it, so that it wouldn't be so hard to cover that. I'm gonna take this end as well that we left. Now, in the beginning, you could have pulled it all the way through. I just get really nervous pulling it all the way through. That's why I leave it. And then I'm just gonna take it though and just insert it into her head as well. Again, you can tie that off and just leave it as part of the stuffing inside of her head. But now she has embroidered lashes, and now you can also go ahead and put the backs onto your eyes. I normally do like another 2 rows before I put the backs on, because I just want to be sure this is I want to be absolutely sure that this is where I want my eyes to be, because you know, once you put those backs on, it's no going back. Once you put those backs on. So I just try to make sure, yes, this is absolutely where I want her eyes and her lashes to be. If I'm sure about that, then like I said, you can go ahead and put the backs on, and you're ready to finish off making your head.